We are standing here in Louvre Abu Dhabi, looking at an extraordinary relic of artistic virtuosity that serves as a profound crucible for human ambition and an archaeological mirror to global civilizations. We are looking at Tobias Verhaecht's The Tower of Babel, painted at the turn of the 17th century. It's an incredibly arresting image. We are immediately drawn into this sweeping, omniscient bird's-eye view, a classic Northern European convention that allows us to dissect the dizzying complexity of this ancient metropolis. To the left, you have a Serpentine river teeming with maritime traffic, which is really a direct, almost visceral reflection of the mercantile prosperity of Verhaeght's own contemporary Antwerp. But to truly understand the sheer gravity of this painting, we have to look beyond the frame and into the fascinating ecosystem of the Flemish workshop. In the late 16th and early 17th centuries, the Tower of Babel was an absolute bestseller in the art market. The newly wealthy merchant classes craved these monumental canvases. They functioned not just as aesthetic triumphs, but as moral mirrors warning against hubris, the ultimate defiant overreach against the divine order. To meet this insatiable demand, Verhaeght, who is historically celebrated as Peter Paul Rubens's first master, relied on a highly sophisticated workshop system, producing multiple variants of this successful composition. And what is so brilliant about this period of Flemish Mannerism is its profound tradition of collaboration. While this specific Louvre Abu Dhabi panel is celebrated for its tightly controlled narrative tension and dramatic chiaroscuro, really emphasizing that spiraling Colosseum-like structure, other versions reveal a spectacular division of labor. For instance, in the famous iteration housed at the Royal Museum of Fine Arts in Antwerp, Verhaeght painted the staggering landscape and the monumental architecture, but he invited the virtuoso Jan Brueghel the Elder to step in and execute the intricate, microscopic figures of King Nimrod and his retinue. It's a testament to how these images were constructed, a landscape specialist and a figure specialist colliding on a single canvas. We even see this composition scaled up to massive 2.5-meter iterations, like the World Landscape Masterwork held at Norwich Castle. Yet, standing before this specific iteration here in Abu Dhabi, the psychological weight of the architecture is what entirely captivates us. Notice how the classical obelisk on the right operates as an arcasizing anchor, validating the space as a highly sophisticated, totalitarian urban core. As our gaze ascends that monumental spiral ramp, the visual rhythm accelerates. The solid, tactile earth tones of the lower tiers literally dissolve into an ethereal, haunting vulnerability as the tower pierces the atmospheric haze of the upper sky. This is the genius of Verhaeght. He doesn't show us the catastrophic collapse or the violent biblical fracturing of language. Instead, he suspends us at the absolute zenith of human capability right before the fall. The frantic, audible energy of the stonecutters and masons below foretells its own tragic obsolescence. We are witnessing a terrifyingly complex empire frozen in the act of self-construction, a timeless masterpiece that leaves us with a hauntingly contemporary question about the ultimate limits of our own technological and cultural ambitions.